brand new bikes, I got a tip for you to help you maintain the resale value on your bike. First off, when you first get your new motorcycle, take your OEM fairings off and store them. Buy some aftermarket fairings for like, I don't know, anywhere from $300 to $500. Like I said, I can vouch for MC Moto over at eBay. That's what I have on my bike, and I love them. You can even have them custom painted to whatever color you want. You can even have designs. You can even submit artwork, and they'll paint it to whatever you want it. A lot of you guys don't know that, but if you email the owner over at MC Moto, he'll custom paint the fairings for you, whatever you want. And I even recommend getting the custom painted aftermarket fairings over having your OEM fairings custom painted. Because when you get your OEM fairings custom painted, obviously it's going to be a hell of a lot more than it is for the aftermarket fairings custom painted. So, I mean, when you do it, when you take it to a shop, that's if you take it to a shop. Now, if you do it yourself, that's something else. But I highly recommend not painting your OEM fairings. Like I said, take those new OEM fairings off and put some painted aftermarket fairings. So that way, if you ever go down on your bike, it'll be very cheap to replace whatever fairings that you need to replace. And when you go to resell your bike, you can slap on your OEM fairings, which are brand new because you took them off the very first day you bought the bike. And your bike's going to look brand new. And you know what? If your bike looks brand new, especially with OEM fairings on it, you're going to get top dollar for your bike. Also, some tips that you might want to consider. Obviously, I highly recommend getting frame sliders. Also, think about getting a stator cover and a crankcase cover, because even if you do a standing drop like I did by accident, like some of you guys know, it messed up my stator cover. I didn't have on frame sliders, mind you. Probably the frame sliders would have taken the brunt of the impact, but had I had a stator cover, even just a stator cover on there, I probably would have been okay, because it wasn't the stator cover wasn't dented or anything. It was just scratched up. And as you guys know, or at least some of you guys know, it's a pain in the ass to replace a stator cover. It's fucking irritation. And definitely get the frame sliders. Get race rails if you like to take your bike to the track. That's going to help save you some damage. Also, make sure you leave the rear pegs on your bike. Do not take the rear pegs off and leave them down. Why do I say that? If your bike does a standing drop, it's going to help keep your fairings from getting damaged. It did mine. You know, like I said, the only problem I had, none of my fairings were scratched when it did the standing drop at one time. But the stator cover got scratched. That was it. Also, you definitely want to make sure you maintain your bike, of course. You know, these bikes, especially these Japanese bikes, as long as you maintain them, man, they'll last forever. But you maintain them well, it'll run well, it'll run just like new. You stay on top of that maintenance. Another thing is try to avoid trading your bike in at the dealer. Obviously, you're not going to get top dollar for your bike. They're going to lowball you as best as they can because they're out to make a profit, and understandably so. You know, they have a business to run. So, definitely, I recommend selling it on either CycleTrader, Craigslist, or eBay. You got to be careful out there on Craigslist, though. You know, when you're selling the bike yourself, because there's a lot of shady buyers out there. There's a lot of shady sellers. You just have to be really careful when you're selling it yourself. But I'll tell you, you're going to get top dollar if you sell it yourself. Like I said, the dealer is not going to give you shit. I traded in my 2011 CBR 250R, and I only lost about $400 from what I paid for it brand new, but I got a really, really low price when I bought that bike. I bought it leftover stock, and I got a really cheap deal on it, so that's how I was able to only lose $400 when I traded it in. I probably could have even made money off of that 250 had I sold it myself. And that's another point that I wanted to bring up. A lot of you guys, you new riders out there, you say you don't want to buy a 250 because you don't want to lose any money when you go to, sell your 250. Let me tell you something, guys. If you buy used and you buy a clean used bike and you're able to swindle a good deal on it, you can actually make money on a 250. Yes, you can actually make money on a 250 because 250s are in high demand and their resale value usually does pretty well. So start on that 250, guys. It's going to help you build confidence. It's going to help you gain the skills quickly, and you can make a little bit of money off that 250 if you play your cards right. But don't buy a 250 new unless you plan on keeping that 250 forever, or at least for a long time, which most people don't. Some people do, but yeah, guys, that's all I had for you. So, like I said, if you want to get some of the aftermarket fairings, go check out MC Moto. Like I said, they hooked me up with these fairings here. I love them. They make my bike look fantastic, as you guys see in my videos. So, hey guys, until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Deuces!
And it's time for CycleCruza's recommended video.
If you don't like crotch rockets or sport bikes and you just feel you're too damn old for a crotch rocket, you might want to just check out my 2013 Starboat walk-around video. Super Sport or Cruiser, which one do you think is safer on the streets? Check out my MotoVlog on this very topic. Check out this MotoVlog where I tell you about what sucks ass about street riding. Check out my Halloween MotoVlog special where I share some of my personal ghost stories, including a trip through the beautiful Colorado Rocky Mountains to the notoriously haunted 100-year-old Stanley Hotel. Show your motorcycle love and get sport bike graffiti apparel at CycleCruza.com. Hey, subscribe to my blog over at CycleCruza.com for tips and great deals. Also, click like on my Facebook page for new updates, and that's Facebook.com/CycleCruza1.